Welcome back to the Lucie Landgraab channel. I'm Lucy, and today just a little bit of a short video as we do a setup for the 100 Baby Challenge. I have absolutely never attempted this. I am mostly a legacy player and a builder, so this will be a little bit different, but I'm really looking forward to it. And before we get into this video, please check out the description. I have popped a couple links for places you can donate to or petitions you can sign for the Black Lives Matter movement. I would really appreciate you checking it out. And anyway, back to The Sims. This is going to be our sim for this challenge. I have named her Aleppa Bubbles after the infamous TikTok.
Alexa, play I'm Going by Michael Bublé.
Feeling Good by Michael Bublé on Amazon.
She is family oriented, creative and childish to hopefully make her as good as a parent as we possibly can, and I've given her the big family aspiration, which is a bit of a joke considering just how big a family she's about to have. This is also probably a good time to go over what the rules for this series will be. I know that different channels have done this challenge and everyone seems to have ever so slightly different rules, and I have a plan in mind, so these will be our rules. So we have 10 main rules. The first is that I'm not able to use any gameplay cheats. I can use obviously like move objects and things like that for building, but nothing to help their needs, nothing to help their money. The second rule will be that none of her children can have the same father. And the third rule is that she cannot have any full-time job that is off the lot. So she can make money from creating things and selling things, but she's not able to have a full-time career. Number 4, and this is a little bit different from a normal baby challenge, is that I'm going to try and use her as the matriarch for the entire series. I want her to have the 100 babies, so she must gain aspiration points to get access to the youth potion so that she can stay young and keep having children. So that adds something extra for her to be doing while the children are growing up. Rule number 5 is that she cannot marry and none of her partners can move into the house and be a meaningful father in any shape or form. She is the parent. Number 6 is that all traits must be randomized for the children. I am not allowed to pick those out. Number 7 is that babies cannot be made to age up. That must happen naturally. Number 8, toddlers must have level 3 on all traits. Sorry, post-edit Lucy here. I meant skills. Before a forced age up. Number 9, children must complete 1 aspiration and have an A at school to be aged up. And then finally, number 10, teens must have an A grade at school before being aged up. So those are our rules, and that's our Aleppa Bubbles, all ready to move in and start having just a ridiculous amount of sex to have 100 babies. I mean, her body will be ruined, but we're gonna all get through this together. We're now working on her starter home. This is not a great build. I'm not proud of this at all. One of the main things I was trying to do was just make it fit in with the neighborhood, and I tried to do that, but honestly, it just ended up being a monstrosity, worse than some of the EA builds, honestly. The problem is that because I've played this so many times, I know exactly how much space and how many items I'm going to need for this kind of challenge. So I wanted to make it a big house because I know I'm going to have to place lots of beds and things like that, and I didn't want to have to worry about that later. But by the time I built this huge house, I had very little money left to furnish it with. So I guess she's just going to have to immediately move in and start making some money once she gets pregnant. I think the only good way to make a starter home is if you just make tiny builds. There's no way to make any of these big lots look good on a starter budget, and I think that's the problem with most of EA's builds, is that they don't want to just put tiny little minuscule spaces onto their neighborhoods. But if you do what I did in this video, it just doesn't look right, and it's very frustrating. But as we all know, it's incredibly easy to make money in The Sims and be able to afford everything you need. So I'm sure after she's painted a couple paintings or written a couple books, we will have the house of our dreams in no time. I'm considering making her possibly a maker as well, and maybe selling things on the street. I'm trying to think about exactly how I want that to work, but I tried to put in all the necessities she'd need: a computer, a television, a bed. I really didn't do a great job with the kids' room because there was just no money left for it. So that's us just finished the bathroom there. I went with that either you love it or hate it avocado green colours, and popped everything in there so that I wouldn't have to worry about once the babies have aged up to toddlers, I wouldn't have to worry about not having a bath, so that's already there and I don't have to worry about it. I prepared for the objects of the babies coming in because God knows that The Sims 4 has not treated babies well. Actually, you know what? None of the Sims games have ever treated babies well. But yeah, I got to this stage and I started to realise that I was significantly low on funds, and I had to start going back and switching out items for cheaper items, including some of my lighting choices. Because with a starter build, you have to have the essentials. You've got to have a TV, a computer, a stove, a fridge, a bathroom, and a bed. Those are the things you need, and if you can't afford those, you've messed up somewhere. I had no money left to do the landscaping I wanted to do, and I then realised that I didn't have enough money for an easel, so I had to remove one of the baby beds. But hopefully by the time we get to actually having children, she might have a little bit more money in the bank and be able to afford to decorate that room. So that's the house complete. I'm really excited to start this challenge. The recording of it's going to be a little bit different for me, so it might take me a little bit of time to get my groove, but I'm excited for Aleppa's journey, and I hope you are too. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to the series.